All right, guys, here we're going to talk about Season 4, Episode 3 of iZombie. So what are you thinking about this?
This is the first part. This is the first of a two-parter. I almost messaged you and said, like,
At least a two-part.
Should we just watch both
Nah.
or whatever and knock out the whole
Let
thing?
it hang.
So this one's gonna hang. So we didn't do that. So there you go.
Nah, you got to be able to have predictions.
So where should we start? This is the hopeless romantic brain.
Hate everything about it.
Okay.
I do. A lot of these brains and the personalities that associate with them I think are the show's shortcoming. When they were making the show, it was going to be the strong suit. I think if you just made this show more about just like visions, and it was just like any of the normal crime scene investigatory shows, but it had that little twist of I can eat brains and I have visions and stuff.
So not the personality angle, the visions of.
I think the visions
the
is where I would play up more because
interesting. Yeah.
It seems like that is played less than it used to get played.
Oh yeah.
And they're hyping up a lot of these like, oh, look how quirky these personalities are, but the rules aren't always the same, and that's just very trying.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so even last time, was it more last time? It's hard to even keep track. But yeah, sometimes she just takes the personality and like imprints it on the people in her life.
Yeah,
and
sometimes she is the person.
She just is the other person about the exact same thing.
So like this one in particular, she's in love with the person that brain was in love with, and all right, that makes sense. And then she's in love with somebody else because this brain is just a love crazy puppy dog,
Luckily.
but doesn't fall for Major again, who she already had feelings for. You'd think that it'd be like, and she would latch on and like try to make things right and do all this that, but no, we don't get any of that.
You would think so. Like I actually had that exact same thought.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something about hopeless whatever, and I go like, oh, that's why they had them break up so weirdly earlier, was so that they could do something now with them now. But
no,
I'm not even sure if he's in this episode.
Oh, well, she stole a big box of chocolate. He's in it for a brief second. It's like, well, we're fighting, so fuck you, or whatever he said.
When they make breakfast and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't even remember all the scenes. No. Yeah.
He has no major part in this. No. And like again, the food making just feels like fucking like a game that you're just trying to make fucking ridiculous things out of. It was candies with the brain on top.
Oh yeah. So they even say like there's not much brain this time, right? They say like there's not a lot to go on. The brain was taken, so we have to make it last.
Yeah.
So I pictured something where she was going. That's why I totally forgot about it, because by the end that's like irrelevant now. Maybe it'll come up more in part 2. But I figured she'd have to pop them and think about if she should pop another one and like look in the bag and be like, there's only 4 left. What do I do?
No, she's just munching them like they're candy.
But no, yeah. Oh boy.
Ugh. So there's a male. There's a zombie and human mixer night at the Scratching Post.
Yeah.
Scratching Post I do like that name. I think that's a good.
That's a good name.
A good zombie building name. I think it's a name that does not invite humans.
No, don't go there.
Yeah.
But they're going there. This show's good with names. If I may digress for a minute, a lot of them make me cringe and I hate them. But there's so many, and they've tried for so long to do so many that a bunch of them, like when he starts rattling off the restaurants that are like taking their business, and it's like La Dome and Romero's and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like someone, and like all of the good ones are probably taken from the comic that this is based on.
Sure.
Right. But someone has taken the time to make sure that all the characters. Right. I remember in season 1 when like enough characters showed up that it was like, oh, okay, Major Lillywhite is like a joke. It's a joke about him or whatever. When we start catch on to all that everything's like a dumb joke or whatever.
Live more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Robbie Chakravarti. No, that's not.
You know what that means. No, so like in general, the show is not as fresh anymore with me, and it's been a few seasons since it's been fresh. I'm not even sure if in the beginning I was like super into it. It's a little bit of chorish at times, but I do think there are gems of goodness every now and again. I don't think this particular episode.
I was going to say name the gems.
There was no gem in this episode for me. I don't know if you had any gems for you. I just thought that it's working its way towards something. Hopefully that's going to pay off.
Sure.
I
miss Wings Guy. I miss Gilda and Wings Guy.
They were a shining moment in the show.
Gilda got the new hairdo. She was a zombie now, and I was like, this is going to be great.
Gilda with the good hair.
She was my girl, and they got rid of her. I was very upset by that. I've had a long time to get over it. Hasn't happened yet.
I feel like every character I end up liking dies in the show.
Part of this episode, though, was sort of like a relief for me. Because I do think the show is at its strongest when it's not trying to be some sort of in-depth cop show, and it kind of just takes it easier and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would agree.
So like some of the stuff, even though it's like it's not a show that I would necessarily choose to watch, but when they go out for like the dancing night, and it's like Ravi's like, I can't hear you, I'm dancing with the girl. He's over there and stuff, and it's like, and like she's kissing, and they're playing that. I didn't write down what the song was, but they play that like super cliche
Space Jam.
No, that's later when they're dancing or whatever.
Oh,
when she's kissing the guy, whenever she does love, it's like, I'll be your something, be your fantasy.
Yes.
They play that, and it reminded me of Orange County with "Come My Lady, Come My Lady," that like thing, because like they're doing that, and like that made me smile. And then when it cuts to like them looking at her and they're just sucking face,
it's not this romantic thing.
It's not at all classy or like romantic. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is like, and that's what I feel like they do like well. And then they try doing stuff with like murder plots and snipers and all this stuff, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you fighting and doing all this?
But the problem with a lot of those plots was it wasn't even like it was out of their depth, and it wasn't approached the way that even the brain that the person had was like she should have easily sniped that guy and saved her boyfriend, and that guy would have been around for a whole other season or two. But they wanted a plot of that guy to die and then move on and have more love interests and bring Major back in the fold. So a lot of things happen against what I think would be the brain's better judgment, just for the plot to advance in one way or another, wherever the writer wants to go.
Yeah, and I too would like it if they focused more, because like the personality, and I think in the beginning when they chose to do it sometimes, right, the personality bleeding in was like a problem. And she would say, oh, I'm sorry, this brain I'm on is just making me do this. I'm sorry. But now it's like she's just pretending to be the other person, and it's like more and more it's that instead of the other way.
Like in a noticeable way where if anyone you're interviewing of this dead person would be like, are you making fun of me? What's happening here?
Anyone who doesn't know how the brain thing works would just assume that you're making fun of them or something like that. But let's lean full into the brain thing, right? Someone who lost a loved one could like talk to Liv instead and like have a thing, but they haven't done that, right? I didn't miss that.
I
or
don't
something?
believe so.
Okay.
And
if
is
you
it
wanted
even
it to
on
be
the
like
record
that,
she's eating the brains? Like, do they know she's doing this? I understand there's like zombie PD now, so maybe it's allowed.
I feel like now it could be a thing. Definitely before it was like secret or something like that. But now that everything's out in like the open, they mention it during the episode where it's like the kid who like the dad is like couldn't keep it in your pants. He's a zombie now and all that stuff. But I feel like they mentioned it to them on purpose because they already are intimately involved in like the zombie thing. That's most of like the investigation. You brought up Space Jam briefly. I feel like that deserves another pass.
All right.
They use Space Jam. That's their
her song. Yeah.
And she gets in, she starts to dance like Elaine from Seinfeld to Space Jam.
I remember a girl dancing to the Space Jam theme song in like the talent show in like middle school. So
like just really like sexual, like twerking, like just crazy.
That was pre-twerking.
Okay.
But a lot of jazz.
Okay. A lot of jazz to Space Jam.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was shocked to hear Space Jam for various reasons. Number one, because it's the song from Space Jam. But I don't know, is that a thing? Am I supposed to know about this?
No.
Okay.
Well, it is a song, but it is a song from a movie, the theme.
Yes, but it's not something that's been established for her character.
I don't believe so, no.
Because you're right, they were like, it's your song. This always cheers you up or something like that. I thought, did I miss something here?
Well, that does cheer people up.
Well, it cheered me up, but for ironic reasons, not for real reasons. There's a brain shortage.
There's a brain shortage, yes.
Fillmore Graves has a very intense conversation that feels very out of place with how light the episode is.
Yeah.
About how there's only got this many months left. Oh, it's problems. Oh, I gotta shut
and honestly,
down.
7 months, I think, was the number he said. I'm like, that's longer than I would have anticipated when you say I have a problem, because you would think that problem would happen in this season, where like they'd be running out. Like, we only have 6 weeks of brains left, or we only have something that would tie in. And they could run through 7 months pretty easily if they wanted to in this season.
Say tomorrow's.
Exactly, tomorrow could be 7 months from now. But I thought I was actually like optimistic. I'm like, oh, that's actually much longer than I would have thought you would say.
It was definitely multiple months, and the fact that your population that needs the brains can change over time, I'm shocked they were so confidently able to predict ahead that far, right? Mm-hmm. You would feel like, and you could predict based on the current rate of growth, but that still feels dodgy, right? You'd have to be like, best guess is this, could be that, oh no, or something.
Yeah. And like, because he was worried about the new mouth to feed when that rookie turned that kid.
Yes. And that comes
hunting down the video.
Yeah, he's doing that because he's trying to find Renegade, right? He's trying to get that for the there's a whole This is the whole thing. He says Fillmore. No, not Fillmore. Chase. Chase?
Chase Graves.
Chase Graves? Chase Graves. He says Renegade creates more zombies than all the other coyotes combined.
Yeah.
So they have to find her, blah, blah, blah.
I think that's interesting that they are smuggling people in and turning them. It's a cool thought where you're like, when you first think of that on the outside, you're like, why the hell would anyone do that? And then they're like, oh yeah, anyone who's dying, who doesn't want to die, comes in and becomes a zombie. That makes a lot of sense.
And we see a dude here.
Yeah.
At the end, Blaine questions the guy who's like, fuck Parkinson's, am I right? Ha ha, high five. Wait, no, you don't seem like a nice
I do
guy
love
at
that he
all.
was actually a tough guy. He's like, you ain't getting shit from me.
I know.
And then Blaine, eats his brain, so he'll probably get a vision.
Yeah. But I like that too. He like cures him just to eat his brain, basically, right?
Yeah.
That's messed up. I dig it.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if you eat a zombie brain, what happens?
I was gonna say, I feel like it's like, that's what I mean. They don't show that, but I feel like he says we're gonna get it one way or another, and he's like has the cure there or something like that. So I figured he was going to cure him to make him a human, so that he can eat the brain, so that he can get the visions and like track them down that way or whatever. But they'll have to confirm that later to make sure that's the case, because that's quite a trick. But he can only do it 15 or 16 more times, right?
Yeah.
Which is super interesting.
But I guess to have the Fillmore Graves people off your back,
huge.
I guess
totally
that's
worth
using one. And you could die tomorrow, so why die with a closet full of cure?
And I forgot that he had the cures. That's an awesome way
I remembered
of
he had stolen the
reminding
cure.
us that he still has
Do you not
it.
think it requires refrigeration or something? It's just in a zippy bag.
It's just a prop.
Oh, of course.
No, it's just I mean, you would think it needs a lot of things, and the stability of it or the volatility or whatever. Yeah, he's just got it in his satchel thing.
Yeah.
But seems to still work. We have at least one thing, hopefully.
Confirmation that one man at least
works.
can get cured of his zombie nation-ish stuff and his syphilis or whatever he had. What did he have, Parkinson's?
I just wrote down Parkinson's, but that may not have been what it was.
I think he said Parkinson's. That makes sense.
It just sounded nice in my head. We was like, yeah. Feel like $1 million. It's like this normal
he did
dude.
seem like a real go-getter, kind of like,
awesome,
talk to everybody, life of the party kind of character.
Exactly.
Dead now, sorry.
Exactly. Dead now. Sorry about that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, so I touched on it briefly, but I did like the whole thing with the brain salesman coming in with the tackle box and the dumb stuff, where Donnie has to do his mime. He does the mime thing, does all the stupid things. But they both have different ways of like talking tough to like the brain salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blaine does the whole like, if you do that one more time or whatever, all those things or whatever. So I like some of that stuff, the whole running of the business thing. It harkens back to the earlier seasons when Blaine opens up the shop and it's this weird.
Yeah, no, Blaine is a go-getter. He's
a
mover and a shaker.
I like the dude, and Donnie's grown on me. I like his thing too.
I miss Chief.
Because he's still.
I like Donnie and Chief.
Exactly. Back when they were merely henchmen.
Yeah.
But now Donnie runs the bar and stuff, and they got that.
What was his brother's name?
set.
Scotty?
Scott E. and Don E.
Yeah, Scotty and Donnie.
And they were twins. They're just played by the same actor, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, most definitely.
They're not like twin actors or whatever, right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, good times. So that's basically it. It's a cliffhanger. We have to figure out who killed this girl.
Yeah.
And we'll find out, I guess, next time when they track down the dangerous coyote that murders people, the scammer coyote guy.
Until then. All right, guys, let us know what you thought about this in the comments below. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.